Bill, studying the history of it has a lot of correlation with Notre Dame, founded in 1832 and Father Soren in 1842, and some of it was a number 2 unemployment in the state. My hometown of East Liverpool, Ohio, with the steel mills, the potteries, has a lot of difficulty. So I have an awful lot of attachment to it because I can understand. Yet at the same time, where I was raised, I'm sure the same thing here, the morals, the values, the integrity, the leadership you received, I can never possibly be replaced. So it's always special for me to come to a town of maybe 10, 12,000, 47,000 community. I'm delighted to be here. Now that I've said my piece, I will be happy to answer your questions because I'm sure you're not here to listen to me talk about the history of Kendallville. So, yes,
I'm the
sir.
local affiliate here in Kendallville. You obviously had some great jobs, but people on the outside would think, before you went to Notre Dame, when you talked in Minnesota, Arkansas, and the pros. What lured you to Notre Dame?
I think growing up in a Catholic family and a Catholic school and taught by the sisters at Notre Dame, and Notre Dame never lost from 46 to 49, which was my formative years. And just Notre Dame was always special. You couldn't explain why. The nuns prayed for it. You marched out every day at noon, recess and dismissal to the Notre Dame Victory March. And being at Notre Dame was the epitome of it. Now, when I went into coaching, my goal was not to coach at Notre Dame. My goal was to coach against Notre Dame because they only hired alums. And I wasn't smart enough to go to Notre Dame. They wouldn't let me in. Ironic, they thought I was smart enough to coach there. I guess you have to be smarter to be a student than you do to be a coach. But once they made the hired air part season, then that was always my goal to end up there. And it was better than I ever envisioned.
And what's your thoughts on the situation at Notre Dame? Charlie Weiss's leaving, coming in with Brian Kelly.
I think Brian Kelly will do a super job. I believe they'll win a championship. It's strictly a question of when. Possibly could be this year. The schedule is very conducive. It depends upon Chris, the quarterback. But I think Notre Dame will be a vastly improved football team. Some people said they've underachieved. I think with Brian Kelly, they will certainly overachieve. I think if you look at the history of Notre Dame, when Notre Dame hires a successful college coach, he's been successful in another program over a period of time, not just 1 year. Notre Dame wins championships. Frank Leahy, Aaron Parsegian, Dan Devine,
Lou Holtz.
When you hire a high school coach, and there aren't two finer people in this world than Terry Brennan and Jerry Faust. Jerry Faust, you first meet him first 3 years, you think he's got to be a phony. He can't be that nice, but he is. I mean, he's one of the great people you ever met. He just didn't have the background experience. If you hire an assistant coach at Notre Dame, they aren't going to necessarily be successful. Bob Davies and Charlie Weiss, etc. So I think when you look and say Brian Kelly's background, now, it might be a third year before he wins it. I don't know, and I don't want to put pressure on him, but the guy just is an organizer. He's fundamental. Everything I hear up there about spring practice and playing for Notre Dame and holding them responsible, he will not win it his second year. He has to play South Florida, and that's where my son coaches. So, Skip plays Florida, Miami, or Florida this year, non-conference next year. He plays Notre Dame. So, but I don't think there's any doubt that great days are ahead for Notre Dame. And when Notre Dame's on top, it's good for college football.
Coach.